Now, let's tackle the marketing side of things because obviously this is a big thing for in the space of running gyms. It's a very competitive market out here.
Mhm.
Um, every gym and their mom promises like people to promises people that you'll turn from like a couch potato to like a ripped guy in 6 weeks. Now, as a gym that's trying to disrupt the space, how do you cut through that noise and get people to actually show up?
I think you have to teach them. I think there's so much information online that it's almost information overload. We're in a weird space now where you have no excuse because basically everything is available online for free.
Yep.
But then you get the problem of how do you tell what's good
Yep.
information? And so for us, it's really just showing that we get results. It's plain and simple. Any online coach or anyone in the space, that's what people want. They don't join a gym so that they can have a key tag and go, look, I have
Yeah.
a key tag, I go to the gym.
Flex.
Right. They want results.
Yeah.
So because we get results, we just show that we get results.
Yep.
And I think what cuts through the noise more than just the results is just also our consistency in being present online.
Yep.
But then it's also the vibe too. It's making content that's relatable.
Yep.
It's not always the same stuff that you always see. And I think that's one thing that we've done well where we've been able to grow our pages. Nothing super massive, but we get people talking about us a lot.
Of course. And I think there's something in that where like you said the word vibe. And I think slowly, I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I'm a foreigner in this space, as you can tell. But I think that, don't laugh, you fuck.
Bro, hey, no self-depreciating talk
fair,
around
fair.
me, dog.
Yeah, fair. I think that there's something with the word vibe there that like the gyms are becoming less and less about results and more just about a like routine vibe thing that it's just is part of your lifestyle rather than like a transformational thing.
So for me, a tagline that I've sort of been running the last few months is it's not a membership, it's a lifestyle.
Okay.
And so most people, you can join any gym and get a membership. You join our gym, you get a lifestyle.
Yep.
Because the lifestyle is all encompassing. It's not an 8-week challenge.
No.
A lifestyle doesn't stop after 8 weeks. That's not a lifestyle by definition. And so because you have the help, the people around you, the vibe, and it's things that happen outside of the gym as well. It's, we've got members who do run club, who do hiking, who do ultra marathons.
Yep.
That's not typically gym stuff because it happens outside of the gym. But I think a lot of people now, if we're talking marketing, there's definitely a big wave of people, sort of like the Gen Zs, I guess, looking for, what do they call it? The third place.
Yes.
Third place. And
People
that's
are trying
what
to
I
meet
feel
their
like gyms are
partners.
becoming. Bro, for real, like
Yeah.
I've been in the gym since I was 15. I'm 30 now, so it's 15 years. And the amount of lifelong friends I have or I've seen people get or, partners met or whatever in the gym, crazy. Because it's shared values. You can see that someone commits to some level of discipline and routine. You can get a pretty good gauge of people through the gym. And so it becomes a lot more of a social thing too, that you're surrounding yourself with like-minded people.
Yeah, especially if you show up like at least 3 to 4 times a week, then that's just somebody that you see that's like whether you talk to them or not, that's somebody that's a part of your life indirectly, kind of.
Yeah.
It's it's a little funny. And I think like even like in terms of the marketing results, I want to say is that have you had more success in the results, like the actual physical results, or B, like just the random shit that you
Random
post?
shit.
See, that's really interesting, isn't it?
But I learned this from you guys, and it's acquisition versus service content.
Okay.
And so the random shit gets the eyeballs, but the service content is the real reason to do something about it. Like, now that we've got your attention, here's what you can do and why.
Yeah.
But everyone loves random shit. We all love funny shit.
And it's like sometimes it's the last thing you'll expect coming from like a gym page.
That's it.
And like that's part of it, I think. That's like
100%.
there's like a shocking factor that like, oh, what the fuck is Jack doing a handstand naked? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, we had, bro, I'll tell you what, one of the, like I can go back through our pages and I can look at our most viral videos and it's always been things that I've picked, trends that I've picked they're pretty left field half the time, but they're solely just funny. But we had this one and it was such a niche trend, bro. I don't know if you ever saw it, but there was some girl here called like Khalifa or something.
Okay.
It was like Khalifa and like Icy Peach or something. And they were these just random niche people that like you'd never heard of. But it just started popping up like, you know that trend where it's like, don't let your man see, basically.
Yeah.
And then it was like me when Khalifa or whatever.
Yeah.
And then so I got one of our coaches to be like, Khalifa this, Icy Peach that. Just come here and we'll show you how to build your peach, because it was all based around their ass.
Yeah.
And then, bro, that thing went off, and everyone. And the funniest part was like all of the comments were just like W marketing, W advertising.
Yeah.
Bro, this is mean. I got to sign up right now.
Yeah.
And if you pitch that to like the typical gyms, to their like marketing departments or whatever, they're gonna be like, no way, it's too rogue.
Yeah. I think that's and I like the fact that you guys are more unconventional with this stuff, because I mean,
I get told off a lot.
but
There's
is it
videos
worth?
that get taken down because head office just says nah.
Yeah, but I think it's worth it in the long term.
100%.
Like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but have you had more success than failures with that?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's just
Don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness.
Yeah. Always say sorry after.
Bro,
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is like, I'll say sorry and get the result rather than not getting the result.
Yeah. Now, just quickly on like the fitness influencers side of things, how do you feel about fitness influencers in general? I'll start with there.
Most of them spread a whole bunch of misinformation and just talk a whole lot of shit to get views.
Okay.
Because I think the problem in the health and fitness space is that lies sell 10 times better than what truth does. That's the supplements, that's the people. So a big thing in the health and fitness industry is the natty or not. So it's dudes who are taking all sorts of gear, but peddling themselves off as it's only because I take this protein.
Yeah.
And the good thing is the market is starting to learn that they're full of shit.
Yeah.
But it's almost gone to the extreme, and it's gone the other way, where anyone who has any level of decent results, they're like, you're on steroids.
Yeah.
And so myself, as someone who's a natural and never taken any of that stuff, I get accusations all the time, and I'm like, dude, I've been doing this for 15 years. If I don't look like this, I'm doing something wrong. Like,
I feel like Loki on that. Is that a compliment?
it is a compliment, bro. So people are always, I'll never understand a natty dude who gets cut up about being accused of taking gear.
I feel like that's the best form of compliment.
Best compliment, bro. I'm like, so you're telling me that you look like you take gear with none of the side effects because you don't take it. I'm like, bro, please accuse me more.
I do.
Bro, honestly, it's the best compliment. Like anyone who's done this long enough and is a genuine natty, they ain't getting. The only time you'll get cut up about it is only because it takes away from the hard work that you've done. It's when it's implied like
you're a hack.
You took gear and you did it like the easy way. It's like, nah, like this took a long time.
Dedication and stuff. Yeah. I think there's a shift that's really interesting across the internet in general, but more specifically TikTok, with the whole looks maxing term.
Yep.
And like that's become like general lingo nowadays, that it's become looks maxing is just the thought of like, taking care of yourself. And I think the gym is a huge component of that.
100%.
So how have you taken, I guess, this like general rise of interest in fitness in looks maxing and turn it into like a gym thing, or turn it into like a gym push?
I think like one thing with, I guess, like looks maxing specifically is not being afraid to double down on the vanity side.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I've hated with modern marketing is cancel culture, is being too scared to tell the truth. But what we've, body positivity, all of that sort of stuff, it's swung too far to, one side, and now it's going back the other way. But is people join the gym so that they can look good. Like everyone feels better when they look better. Like that's, we can't lie about that. And so why should you feel guilty that you tried really hard, got a result, and now you're proud of it?
Yep.
And so that's where like looks maxing is just about looks.
Yep.
Of course, there's all the health benefits of being in better shape, like lower body fat percentage and just general health, cardiovascular fitness. But like no one's going to lie and say that half the time, dudes, girls, whatever, it's just, I just do this shit to look good naked.
Yeah. No, they won't admit it.
But we all admit it in conversations.
Yeah.
But no, it's look good, feel good.
Yeah.
And I think when you go to the gym, it's looks is a big component, but it's not everything.
Yeah.
It's the vanity aspect, I think, is what puts a lot of people off, because they think that's the biggest part.
Yeah.
The funniest thing is gym people, by and large, are probably some of the most insecure people you'll ever meet. Like,
That's so interesting.
it's so interesting because from the outside looking in, you see muscles or, or
Yeah.
done up looking good. You think, oh man, they must be so confident. 100%. You have conversations with enough gym people, they are tearing themselves apart. Body dysmorphia, absolutely rife with
Yeah.
it because there's a common meme, and it's like the day you step into the gym is the day you will never be happy with your
Yeah.
physique because
Yeah.
once you realize that you can make it better,
Yeah.
you always want to make it better.
Strive for better. Is it? Yeah, I wonder if it's also like the idea of just like comparing yourself to others.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
you could be the fittest guy in the gym, but are you the fittest guy in the city? Are you the fittest guy in the country?
We were talking about natty or not before.
Yeah.
I am terrible for this. I will look at dudes who are very clearly on steroids and compare myself and get cut, and I have to check myself all the time
Yeah.
and be like, dude, like, chill out.
We're different leagues.
And you have it's hard because you don't want to be up yourself.
Yeah, of course.
But you also don't want to, because if I'm trying to promote other people into this lifestyle and
Yeah.
stuff, I have to preach that. No, you do have to be proud of yourself
Yeah.
and realistic expectations. I think one of the poisonous things with health and fitness industry is very unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
It's when people lie. They say, "Oh, I take this and this happens."
Yeah.
Cap, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.